Hi, it's Kristen, and in this video we are going to tour the Schoology Gradebook. So I'm going to go ahead and go into one of my Schoology courses. Every course that you create is going to have a gradebook, and before you start out your grading period, you're going to want to do some setup of that gradebook. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the gradebook. And when I go into the gradebook here, I'm going to see all of my students who are enrolled. If I have multiple sections, I'll be able to toggle between those sections. And then here at the top, you'll see some of the different gradebook menus. We're going to go ahead and talk about these menus in the next video, but here I want to focus on grade setup. So at the very beginning of your course, you're going to go ahead and set up your gradebook. You can set up categories. So for example, if you have categories that you currently use in Skyward, you may want to have those categories in here as well. You can decide if those are by total points or percentages. You can decide if you're going to drop the lowest grade, maybe drop the lowest 3 grades, or you can just leave that as not dropping any grades. And then once you create your categories in here, you can also decide if that you want to weight those. So if I had some of my assessments that I wanted to weight as 10%, and then maybe I had my summative assessments that I wanted to weight as 90%, I could go ahead and set those. If you're going to be using the Schoology Skyward integration in the fall, that's those of you at Grandview and the high school, you'll be able to pull these categories in from Skyward, and I'll demonstrate how to do that in the next video. Then you'll also see that all of these grading periods are available for you, and you'll want to make sure that you set your grading period for your course. So I'm actually going to set this to summer. And again, you can do that when you set up your gradebook as well. And again, if you use the Schoology Skyward integration, you'll pull that in. Some other things that you can do in the gradebook setup is you can set your final grade setting to either numeric or a letter grade. You can calculate your grades by rounding the period or the final grade. You can have a course override column. Basically what that is that column can override the overall grade. And you could have a class period override column. You can have a total points column. You could also hide your overall grades from your students or hide certain grading periods from your students if you want to as well. Over here on the right hand side, you also have rubrics, which I'm going to be talking about in another video, and you can also copy your settings. So if you're working in a course that's not in Skyward, or if you're at Hilltop or Shirley Hills or Early Childhood and you're wanting to set up a gradebook and you want to share it with other courses, you can share your categories, your scales, and your rubrics to any other course. You can also save those to resources. So that's a general tour of the gradebook and how to set up your gradebook. In upcoming videos, we'll talk about the different gradebook menus and how to grade assignments once they're in your gradebook, as well as how to do some bulk editing kinds of things. Hopefully that gives you a good start to knowing what the gradebook is and how it's laid out.